check the chat. Grand Rising, Isaac, Chase really set it up. Set my first Zoom buyer discovery last night from an Instagram lead. Let's fucking go. Good job, dude. Was it from one of your videos? Like one of the 12-step videos you posted?
Dude, most likely, man, they had just DM'd me like at 11 p.m., 11:30 at night, and they were just like, yo, like we're looking to get a house, this and that. They gave me their whole budget. Like I didn't even really have to really like ask too many questions. It was just like, oh, hey, we need some help. We're thinking about, renewing our rent lease, but it's like 4,000 a month and I don't know what. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, have you spoken with the lender? So yeah, just set the appointment at 8 o'clock tonight, and just gonna be over Zoom, and I'm gonna have probably Michael there with me, and then just kind of go through it. But they're looking to buy like literally within the next 30 days. So
Let's
like,
go, dude.
you know.
Yo, just looking to buy a house over here. Came across my feed. That's sick, dude. Good job. And for those of you who don't know, Isaac went to the Orange County office and recorded the 11 steps to a buyer transaction. Just like 11 different videos, with the guy just explaining it, brought like a few different outfits, etc. And then just got like 12 or I guess 13 videos back because you have an intro, and stuff, 13 videos back. And now he's just been bam, 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 just shooting them out like crazy. So let's kick today off. Good job, Isaac, starting us off hot. Okay, we're going to switch over to something we did the other day, okay, which is you guys picking the objections, okay, instead of me. We'll do that for at least the first half, and see how it goes. Maybe we'll bump over to the card or, maybe some higher level like seller discovery or buyer, discovery objections. But I want to see what's going on, what objections you guys are thinking about, and what's top of mind. So if you remember the other day, I'll just give you a little refresh. Holly, let's say we start with you. Okay, I'm going to give you an objection. You're going to answer it. You're going to say another objection, and then you're going to call the person that it goes to. Okay, but you want to say the objection before you call the person it goes to, because the whole goal is it's like, bam, and it like catches them off guard and they try to get a quick answer. Does that make sense to everybody? Fantastic. Well, Holly, since we theoretically started with you, let's start with you.
Sounds good.
Hey, Holly, I have a friend that's an agent. I've known him for about 10 years, so I think they'd freak out if I didn't give him a call.
Totally. Zach, thanks for letting me know. I totally understand how you feel. What's your experience working with her, your friends, longtime friends?
Good job.
I'm not ready to buy a home right now. I will call Isaac.
Yeah, I completely understand, Holly. Can you help me understand what your timeline's looking like?
Sure.
I'd say, damn. I don't think I have enough for a down payment. Chase.
Hey Isaac, hey, thanks for bringing that up. Let me know. Can I ask you exactly, is it really the down payment, the interest rate? Have you seen what your buying power looks like in a monthly mortgage?
Okay, let's try that one more time. Just because he said, I don't have enough for the down payment.
Right.
He's
Okay.
specifically talking about the downs. Let's think about it. What's a question that we could ask him?
Have you spoke to a professional lender to see what your buying power really could be?
Cool. Hey, Isaac, really appreciate the update. That helps me support you a lot. Quick question. Have you talked to an actual like lender about what you need to put down? Or are you just checking that like online? Just ask, like, how do we even know how much they're talking about putting down? They could be reading something online that's like 15%, down, 20% down, something like that. So that's the biggest thing. It's just cool. So like, where are you seeing that?
Maybe something like, would you be open to talking with a lender so we can find more money for you?
Totally. You just kind of want to like lead your way up to that because it's almost a close. Like, where are you seeing that you don't have enough money to put down?
Make it count to zero.
Do you know how much you need to put down?
Yeah.
Another one. Do you know like what's required to put down? But just ask a few questions about that, and then Stephanie nailed the close that you would do, which is, hey, I mean, Chase, if I could connect you with my in-house lender and he was able to find some extra money for you and, really pull this whole thing together, would you be open to that discussion? You would be great. What about this Thursday? Just kind of push it through. Okay. Good job. Pick an objection.
Oh, all right. I just want to put the home on the market myself. Honestly, I think 2 agents is unnecessary, so I just want to pay a buyer's agent. Stephanie.
Okay, thanks for say that again. I'm sorry.
I just want to put the home on market myself. I think 2 agents is unnecessary, and I just want to pay a buyer's agent.
Oh, okay. So what's your experience in selling a home? Are you prepared for the marketing and the negotiations and the showings and coordinating the schedules and getting with the escrow and the title and the inspections? Are you prepared for all of the time that will take to facilitate?
Possibly. Sounds like a lot of work. Jeez, thought I was just scheduling showings.
Yeah. Do you have temporary insurance to protect yourself in the event of a lawsuit afterwards?
Does homeowners insurance cover that?
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Cool. Good job.
Nice.
Oh, my turn. Uh, I don't know. I think we're in a low interest rate right now. We have more house than we need, but we really couldn't even buy the house that we're in right now if we wanted to. So it just really doesn't make financial sense for us to make a move right now, even though our home doesn't fit our needs. Tristan.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, Stephanie. What does a comfortable mortgage payment look like to you?
And where we're at right now.
Okay. And you said you're at a lower interest rate right now as well?
Yeah, like we want to retire in the next 6 years, so we don't want to take on twice the mortgage payment and have to work for another 20.
Got it. Okay. What if I could tell you I could find your dream home while keeping the same payments you have now?
I mean, yeah, if you could do that, how would you do that?
There's I don't know what it's called, but there's this thing where
2-to-1. 2-to-1 buy down.
Yeah.
Pitch the lender.
Okay. We did good. This is a good first question. Hey, what's a comfortable monthly payment? Like, well, what we have now. I'd be like, great, what's that? Like, what's that? Can't I don't know what you're paying now. Great, what's that? Well, we're paying about $2,800. Cool. So you got a great house, you got a great monthly payment, but from my understanding, Stephanie, it's not fitting your needs, and it looks like the cost of moving into a home that does fit your needs maybe isn't worth the benefit. Is that what I'm understanding?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Totally understand. Well, Stephanie, I'm not sure if this is for you, but my in-house lender actually has a program. It's called a 2-in-1 buy down. And what it does is it actually brings your monthly payment down to what it would have been in the interest rate when it was 2-3 points lower. So, I mean, I think there's a chance of it potentially getting back to your original monthly payment. If he could do something like that, would you be open to discussing it? Just lead him there. Simplify on yourself. Don't overcomplicate. There. I love the first question, which is, hey, what is a comfortable monthly payment? That's a great way to start it, because sometimes they'll hit you right back. Oh, well, Tristan, we're paying like $4,000. So, and then sometimes they're like, Stephanie, well, it's what we're paying now. And you can't just slide by it. This is where you guys need to put your foot down. Cool. What's that? Our job is not to convince someone to sell. I'm here to support you in selling and see if it makes sense. So if you're push, I don't even want to tell you the monthly payment I have or something like that, you guys got to put your foot down a little bit. And if they're getting super, super push, I watched this guy yesterday. I thought it was great. He goes, "Hey, Tristan, I want to be as respectful as possible, with your time." He goes, "If it's something to be open to discussing, I'd have to be calling you Thursday. But if you think there's no shot, no chance, and you're just going to stay where you're at, in the larger home, then just you can let me know." Like if they're really pushing you, the point where you can't even get anything out, it's essentially like a final shot, if that makes sense. Cool. Tristan.
Let's see. Yeah, I've been looking for a home for the last 3 years. I haven't found anything. And I'm waiting for funds overseas to be unfrozen by hopefully next month. And hopefully I can move in with my new family by then. Let's see. Let's go with Kim.
Thanks for updating me on that, Tristan. Can you help me understand what a perfect home for you would look like?
Oh, simple. Super simple. You guys are giving long objections today. I like it. It's a little different. Okay, Kim.
Let me think. Let's see. Right now I signed with someone. I have about a month left to keep looking at homes in La Jolla, but I'm just super burnt out and I am not finding what I like. So I don't really know what I can do in this situation, Nathan.
Well, thanks for letting me know that, Kim. What exactly are you looking for that you can't find?
Cool. That'd be a good one if you guys aren't clients yet, and you haven't really fully discovered their criteria, or anything like that. Cool. Totally understand, Kim. I appreciate letting me know. What have you been looking for the last 3 years and can't find? That's a long time. 3 years. Okay, Nathan, how'd your appointment go?
It went well. I actually ended up being a Zoom. It was a Zoom appointment because she was at work, so she's a break nurse, and so she was covering nurses' breaks, and they weren't going as planned. So she asked me if we could just Zoom. But yeah, it went well, and I hooked her up with Bridget afterwards, and they did talk. And Bridget sent her some documents, so I'm actually going to follow up with her today to see how her conversation with Bridget went, and go from there. I actually already found her some houses that would fit what she's looking for. So, and I sent her the BBRA too, so she's got all that. I sent her everything, so hopefully we'll get this signed this week.
Let's get it. He's getting his first signed client this week.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Reza, he was like, she's a nurse. So he's like, I don't know, like I'm waiting for her to confirm. And I was like, bro, Reza's gone to a fire station. He has gone to a police station. I was like, you can make it to the hospital. I was like, no problem.
I was actually gonna go up there to meet her, but she texted me and said, "Hey Nathan, I'm sorry, our breaks aren't going as planned. Can we just do Zoom instead? I have a little bit of time between. I think she's at 12 and 12:30 or something like that." So I was yeah, okay. So
that's a great cancellation. Is, "Hey Nathan, I can't do it, but can we hop on Zoom right now?" Good job. Okay, Nathan, your turn to pick the objection.
All right. Thanks for telling me about the available homes, Angelina, but I think we're going to wait until after the holidays. But thank you for your time.
Absolutely, Nathan. Thank you for sharing that. What do you have going on during the holidays? What's making you so busy?
I've got family coming in from all over the world, and they're all coming to my house, and we're cooking, and then New Year's, that usual stuff.
Totally understand. Holidays are always crazy, especially when you're hosting family, and it sounds like you're hosting a lot of family. That sounds really exciting. I would love to just keep in touch with you then, and I'll touch back right after the holidays then so that we can reconnect and go over what we have been talking about.
Okay, let's refresh this one a little bit from the beginning. Not a huge fan of "why are you busy?" Because I know we don't like to assume it's like the death, but in a way, if they're like, hey, I'm busy during the holidays, I think we can a little bit assume there, that it's with, friends and family and just holiday, I guess it could be they're going on vacation. But I would get that just like 1 or 2 questions down, potentially say like, what are you doing, for the holidays? But so like, hey, Angelina, we're really just pushing off till after the holidays. You can give us a call, January. Somebody that's like, awesome. Wow. Okay, Nathan, thanks so much for the update. That really helps me support you, from now until the time you're ready. Let me just ask you, is there anything in the meantime that I can do to add value before January? There's not? Like, I want them to say, no, there's not. Most likely, that means, cool, you're handled, right now. Their brain, not in mine. I already know they're handled. In their brain, they go, no, we're good, actually. We're solid. I go, awesome. What are you doing for the holidays? And then you just bump into your tiny little rapport, and then great. Well, Angelina, let's do this. I definitely want you to enjoy your holiday. So I'll give you until, let's say, January 5th, I'll give you a call. We'll have a quick chat, and just re-pick up the conversation. How does that sound? Great. Or in 3 weeks, if you don't want to pick a date, but just always end them with something instead of we'll talk later. Because that's like you're throwing something out into the world, and you may never find it again.
Oh yeah, that's I wouldn't have thought about that response.
Cool. Good job though. You let it up good. Yeah. And like I said, I would definitely ask, like, what are you doing for the holidays? I would just ask it like 1 question behind.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Good job. Cool. Up all on you. You can pick the objection. I think we've got almost everybody.
Have we? What have we not gotten?
I started with Holly. So it looks like Reza, Ashanti, and Mr. Jesse.
Okay. Okay. So Reza, I do really like this home. I think it's great, but we are having a hard time deciding if we want to follow through with selling our previous home to buy, or if we want to rent it out because that extra income would be nice. And so it just puts us it's been putting us on hold for buying.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that with me, Angelina. Have you spoken with a financial advisor or a mortgage professional to kind of give you your options as how either scenario would work?
No, we haven't. We've just kind of been looking. Haven't put too much thought behind it.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I can certainly see the pros and cons of doing that, and I can run several reports to further showcase what would entail in each of those options to give you and your husband the best opportunity to make a good decision for your family. How does that sound?
Good job. Give him a yes just to close it out strong. Good job, Reza. you got a yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Objection being, well, this is a neighbor house visit, open house neighbor. We just bought our place a year and a half ago. We're already growing out of it, and we wish we would have bought a little bit bigger, like the one you're hosting, but we can't do that now. How can we possibly move to something bigger, even if we have a little bit more money, but we just bought like a year and a half ago? Ashanti.
All right, thank you, Reza. Thanks for updating me on this. Have you ever worked with a real estate agent before, or a financial advisor to help you with, make these big decisions?
Yes, the last house that we bought.
Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. Thank you for that information. Help me understand exactly what you're looking for.
Cool. Let's rewind.
Let's
rewind. You're good. Let's rewind and replant, our feed here. So they say, hey, Ashanti, we can't sell right now. We can sell. He didn't say we can't, but he said, I don't think we can sell right now and move into a larger home that you have listed in the neighborhood. Like, I don't see how that could be possible. We've only lived here a year and a half. Essentially was the general out picture. So right here, instead of have you worked with an agent before, I think I'd maybe go a little bit of a different direction, because if he says yes or no, that doesn't give us a ton of moving forwards, in the conversation. So whenever I'm asking this question, I just want to think like, what is going to move it forwards in the way that I want it to go? So you guys are using your questions to pick like where the conversation is going. So if someone tells me something like that, I go, hey, Reza, that's an amazing question, because I really don't know if it makes sense, for you guys to sell and move into a larger home, because you've only been there a year and a half. It's really going to come down to the numbers in your specific situation. Would you be okay if I just asked you a few questions about your current home? Great. Yes. And yet you're letting them know, like, I need to discover to know if this makes sense at all, because I can't tell you right now if it makes sense for you to move into the bigger home. I really can't. I need to know about your situation is kind of what I'm saying. So, hey, tell me more about your situation. Did you buy it cash? For all we know, it could be a paid off house, unlikely, but very possible. For all we know, they have enough equity in it from the year and a half because they had like a $400,000 down payment that maybe they can keep that house rented and get the other one and not pay some crazy high tax rate, for selling so quickly. So there's lots of options there. We just need to create the opportunity to discover them. So, hey, Reza, that's an amazing question. Whenever someone asks something big like that, that's an amazing question, Reza. I'm not sure if it makes sense for you to sell your your smaller home and move into the larger one here. So if you don't mind, I'd love to ask you a few questions about your home, just so I can kind of start to piece this together. Is that okay? Great. And then you just start diving in about the home. That will leave you in a great spot, because really you're just going to ask a few questions about the home. Cool. Did you put any money into the home? You bought it? Hey, I'm already going to be in the neighborhood this weekend for the open house. I really don't mind. I'll swing by your house around 5:30. Okay, that'll be about 30 minutes after I close down this one. I'm going to bring a bunch of great information and options with me, and then you can sit down and decide if one of them makes sense or not. Sound fair? Great. And you're just lining yourself up for these easy appointments.
Okay.
So you guys remember, every single conversation, I just went over this yesterday, is a sales process. We're not just talking to somebody. You need to picture this conversation as a sales line, like as a sales process. I have my intro, I have my discovery, and I have my close. So if I have an objection, that means I need to get into discovery. That's the next step. So how do we do that? We ask a question, which is what you guys have been doing all morning. You've been taking someone from an objection into discovery. If someone goes, I'm not ready, they go, hey, Holly, help me understand your timeline more. You're bringing them back into discovery. That's what you're doing by handling an objection. Okay, if you're doing it properly. So remember, we're always bringing someone out from where they are and bringing it back into my sales process. So if I'm on a close, I'm on a close. I'm bringing you back to my close, if I'm already there. But most of the time, I'm bringing you back into discovery, finding my one or two questions that I know are leading me to my close. Okay, but just that's why I say calm, relax. You can really think and process, is really important, because you want to start trying to think 1, 2, 3 questions ahead. If I ask this question, what is that answer going to get me? Okay, great. It's going to give me that information so I can ask this. Okay, you always want to be like 1, 2, 3 questions ahead. Okay.
That's also chess and pool, because they're mental games. And
100%.
like the sales process is like, it's just a choreography. It's just a dance. So you want to be 3 steps ahead.
If you guys have seen someone who's really good at chess, the people who are like really good at chess, they're freaking.
It's all patterns. It's all a sequence and patterns.
And you notice their day-to-day life is different. They literally live their life in patterns and strategy. Like, there's so much strategy, and stuff in there. So just think about that. Like these sales calls you guys are having, these conversations, you're literally strategizing on how I'm going to get you to the close and get a commitment. So I'm just going to ask you the questions that I want to ask to get you there. Hey, have you worked with an agent before? What's your experience writing an offer? Have you worked with your friend before that's an agent? We're doing all these things to bring them back into my sales process. Otherwise, someone would be like, hey, I have an agent. I'm like, great. Call me if you ever don't have them. That's what it is. So remember, always bring them back into your sales process. And in your mind, even if you need to write it on a piece of paper, just write out your sales process, on a piece of paper for just that call. I got my intro, I got my discovery, my close. If you ever try to exit my sales process before I close, guess what? You got to come back into discovery because I'm going to close you. Okay. Okay, let's get one more. Ashanti. Pick the objection.
Okay.
It's a good objection, Reza.
Yeah, that was good. Nice challenge. Oh my word. Okay. Am I picking anybody else that hasn't went?
I believe who hasn't gone yet? Jesse.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, Jesse. Right now I would really love to buy, but yeah, my credit isn't the greatest. So what are my options to buy a home?
Yeah, I totally understand that. I would suggest speaking with a mortgage professional. It's surprising what you can actually do, even with the low credit score. Is that something you'd be open to?
Gosh darn, you got a good Zoom voice.
Mm-hmm.
Good phone voice, good Zoom voice. Good job. Yeah, I think that's good. I think hey, I totally understand. One thing that I personally like to check on with the credit people is like where they're at. I don't necessarily just ask what their score is, but a lot of people think they have bad credit, like too low credit to buy a home. They're like, oh my God, Jesse, I'm at like 630. And you're like, you can buy a house, dude. like you're not, you're not too low. So a lot of them just don't have a proper understanding. So I guess hey, thanks so much. I totally understand, Ashanti. I would love to get you some options, so you can feel powerful about purchasing. Let me just ask you, you're saying that you need to fix some credit or your credit's low. What are we looking at? And I just ask them. And they go, well, I'm in the high fives, or something like that. Or they just go, it's low. They kind of just give you like an oh shit, kind of number. You go, awesome. Next best step. Okay. I'm going to connect you with Bridget. Okay. She's part of our lender team. What she specializes in is credit repair. Okay. So if you can spend about 10 minutes on the phone with her, she's going to look through everything and tell you how the most strategic way, to get your approval the highest possible is in the shortest amount of time. So Shanti, I think it'd be really beneficial. Let's set up that call for sometime this weekend. What day's best for you? You kind of just push them to the lender. Okay. And that's good for you to know because that's